All right, fight fans, welcome to another edition of Split Decision MMA, your podcast broadcast that brings you up to date on everything MMA for the week. We are absent one Joey, but he's still here as a belt and wearing his hat.
Wearing his contractually obligatory hat, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And Sean, we need one with, I know you guys do words on shirts.
Word on a hat?
Can you guys do words on a hat?
Or, I mean, I'm sure I can get like a little shield-looking thing, and we'll put words on a hat.
We can make a logo for it, but we'd rather have one from you, Sean.
We'd rather have an official logo rather than one that I got down at the flea market.
As a belt, is that the smallest waistline he's had?
Yeah, that's that's the smallest. That's one of the smallest belt. It's actually Brock Lesnar's keychain belt. That goes on Brock Lesnar's keychain. He was lucky enough. You know how some people got the little keychain flip flop.
Yeah, I used to have a little keychain UFC fist. Thing.
Well, this is Brock Lesnar's keychain UFC belt. So, but we're gonna get through it. Let's go with our first story from MyMMAnews.com.
The Mayweather-McGregor undercard has finally been announced. So there are actually going to be other fights besides Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather.
I want to be watching it. Here's some more.
Before the fight.
Yeah. Not only that, but I think the big thing with this is that they're trying to release it now because, as we know, ticket sales are very slow.
Oh, yeah. Did you obviously, we're going to get into the media day. And, but his management team's like, all you people
stop mentioning it.
Yeah, he's all, just they don't buy it.
Yeah.
Quit talking about it. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
That's how I know that
Mayweather
shit's
had
not
his
going.
media day
Shit's
already,
not going the way they want, and discounted tickets are coming out.
Yeah, discounted tickets are coming out, and the big thing about that is it's like it seems like more people were like, yeah, it's $100. So what if we get like 10 or 12 of us at like my house instead of actually going there or instead of actually buying it individually because it's really expensive. I mean, we saw last week it was what $1,200 for the cheapest ticket.
I'm sure it's going to be drastically discounted. My question is, if you were one of the dumbasses that bought them at $2,600, and you're sitting next to some guy who got his for $450, do you get something like maybe even a food voucher,
free drink,
valet parking?
You get a free program. You're gonna get a free program.
You should get a big ass dunce hat. That's what you should get.
$600. I'm gonna have a personal.
Seriously. I don't know.
So the undercard has been announced. We do have actual title fights going to be going on since obviously this one's not for a title fight. You're going to have
title fight in what? Are we fucking doing boxing news now?
That's part of the undercard.
I don't want to talk about
Gervonta Davis versus Francisco Fonseca for the IBF Junior Lightweight World Championship. You also got Nathan Cleaver going up against Badu Jack for the WBA.
IBF. What's that stand for? It ain't been fun.
WBA Light Heavyweight World Championship. And then you're going to have a 10-round cruiserweight bout against Andrew Tabiti against Steve Cunningham. And then, of course, that leads into your Mayweather versus McGregor.
It's a bunch of fags that just stand up and box with nothing but their hands.
Dropping the F-bomb.
No, it's a bundle of sticks. Look it up.
I saw Conor McGregor did get his new Versace robe. I don't know if he's going to be wearing that into the ring or not.
See what I mean? Who wears Versace? Bundles of sticks.
He will be having his media workout today. You can watch that live on Showtime later this evening.
Never mind. Thought we had a talk before the video.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're way past 5 minutes. Yeah, we're actually.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, we're at like 5:30 now, I believe. We're good.
So moving on to some other news here. UFC strawweight Paige Van Zandt recently posted a picture of her nasty foot injury she got in the gym, which required stitches. You can see that thing. Looks like a flesh-eating disease right here. Like right in this area.
I'm a foot dude, man. This like making me ill.
She had to get some stitches for that. She was back in the gym the next day.
Yeah, and now, watch, she's going to end up with a bloodborne pathogen in her.
Like a flesh-eating bacteria?
Yeah.
That's pretty good spongy material right there.
You don't like the foot job?
I feel like that's kind of what my foot looked like when I filleted it open one time.
Oh, my God. I got like that watery mouth feeling.
No! Stop it!
That's right.
It looks like
a taco. It looks like a little taco.
Anyway, she went right back to the gym with her foot all taped up. And then some other Paige news. There's rumors that she's going to be moving up from strawweight to flyweight. She's jumping from 115 to 125.
Put some weight on that ass.
She's going to be eating a little bit more now to be able to make this weight, and she is supposedly going to be fighting Jessica I, who is dropping from 135. Again, they will be meeting at 125, the new flyweight division that we have talked about for the past couple months. Jessica I was supposed to fight Aspen Ladd this last
Can she lose 10 more pounds?
July.
Where?
Look, where?
I mean, even Rogan's shocked. Look at Rogan.
Look at what? Huh? What?
Where's the 10 pounds going to come from?
Well, certainly
I don't know.
coming from there.
So we don't know when this fight is supposed to be happening. I guess it's a
One's going junkless, the other one's give us some junk.
might be going down at UFC 216, which is October 16th.
They got time then.
Yeah, so they got some time to put on weight and lose some weight. How do you feel about that bout?
I'm a little worried for
Having to drop more weight?
dropping the weight, and then it's the two. I don't see the two of them going to the ground and trying to stand up with Paige. Might be a little, I don't know,
Dicey?
Yeah,
All right.
and I'd be scared of that foot coming at me now.
Right, give
Well, hopefully by October that foot is healed.
Yeah, it'll be healed. Right, scar tissue.
All
You're gonna get hit by Scarfoot. Say hello to my little foot.
Further news in the world of women's MMA, UFC strawweight Rose Namajunas. Not only is going to be getting a title fight now up against Joanna, but she also recently stripped down to her birthday suit for an article in Women's Health magazine.
What you gonna do with all that butt? All that butt? All that butt? That's some butt, dude.
And they did this campaign called Naked in 3 Words. Her
like-
3 words were cut the shit.
Two hams wrestling.
She says, my naked body is the story of my whole life. There's a lot of us, a lot around us we can't control, but my body, my mind, my soul are pretty much the only things that I can. All the scars on my body, all the bumps, bruises, all the muscles. That's the story of everything I have done. It's not just my story, but my ancestors who came before me and gave me this vessel to sculpt and mold. I have a middle finger that was jammed in one of my craziest fights. Now it looks like a swollen turkey. Even to this day, there's a bone chip that's in there. And it's a reminder that this finger contributed to my fight and my beautiful house, my beautiful life. It might be ugly, but it's mine, and I love it. I've got some big old knees, big old feet. I could nitpick, but at the same time, I think it's all freaking beautiful.
I think it's good too. Even this beaver shot from the Fox girl on the right, that's some crazy stuff too. But swollen turkey, man, that describes a lot of body parts on some women. But
A little bit more further into the Rose Namajunas. Obviously, we know her fiance is Fat Baby, Mr. Pat Barry.
and you know what?
We haven't seen him around a little while.
This explains a lot.
It does. He recently went on MMA Hour and talked to Ariel Helwani and talked about how he kind of slid into a deep depression, got into prescription painkillers and alcohol, was actually excused from being a training partner for Brock Lesnar.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
And that he says his fight life and Rose's actually suffered. He said anytime she looked off in an interview or even in a fight, anything she lost was his fault.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because they were obviously having issues.
Yeah.
She actually told him to go away for a little while. They are now back together. Everything is better.
Yeah, because like, do you remember like when
He's
they were
being able to
doing?
he's going to actually have a fight coming up. He has a kickboxing fight.
They were
coming
doing
up.
reports from his van, and like he just everything just seemed a little off,
yeah.
you know. And like she would be doing an interview with somebody, and he would come running through the back like, "Ah!" you know. And
But I feel like he was like that before.
no, he was really
He's always been goofy.
He's always been goofy
I mean, they
and
had those
playful.
videos when they first got together of them messing with each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
jumping water on each
Right.
other, and
But that's the
singing at the top
that's
of
the
their
playful
lungs.
stuff. But
Yeah.
like he would just, I almost want to say like take over some of her interviews or just get in the way, you know. And you could just tell that they're just both down for each other. So she was just like, whatever I got to do to get through, you know, this is
Yeah.
my man. So
I mean, good for him on the road to recovery, and like I said, hope to see him again soon in the
biggest part
combat
is
sports.
the biggest part is admitting that he had a problem, and,
Yeah.
and that it's something
And
that I
getting
need to
help
work
for it.
on.
He's been sober now for a year. So, moving on to even further women's MMA news, we have Ultimate Fighter 26. We talked about this, has been announced. Obviously, we're going to have coaches Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje. 16 competitors are going to be eyeing the 125-pound strap. This will be the first ever women's.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna say
Flyweight
before
title.
you do this list, isn't it a little different than the first list we actually got?
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple lists going on.
And that's what I don't understand.
So this is the list that we're getting from My MMA News. We have Ariel Beck, Deanna Bennett, Shayna Dobson, Sajahara Eubanks, Melinda Fabian, Karian Gavorgarian?
Whoa, Kevorkian?
No, not Gavorkian. Barb Honchak.
There better not be a Bob.
Christina Marks, Roxanne Modaffri coming back.
Roxanne could be a Bob.
Nico Montano, Lauren Murphy,
Murphy.
another great fighter. Rachel Ostrich-Burdon, Jillian Robertson, Maya Stevenson, Montana Stewart.
Ostrich bird?
Yeah, Ostrich Bird. And Emily Whitmire. So again, check these out. Obviously, we have a Tough 18 and Invicta fighter Roxanne Modaffri. Also, someone running a 4-fight streak, or not streak, or at least had 4 fights in the UFC, Lauren Murphy. So all these women are moving down. We've talked about Beck Hyatt is already wanting to be.
Well, some of these
down.
women are actually moving up, right?
They might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them moving up, some are moving down. Like I said, I know Beck Hyatt is moving up from strawweight. I know
Because a lot of these women were women that couldn't make the
talked about
115.
JoJo moving up. She's
Right.
already had the first fight there at 125.
Well, I just want to know how long till Jezreel comes and takes this belt from somebody.
She said she's ready now.
That's what I mean. It's
When this last fight fell through, she said, "I'll meet whoever. I'll meet Shlevenko at 125
yeah.
for the vacant belt, and we'll start this off. And I'll start off
Yeah,
as a two-time
let's
belt
just
holder
get it, yeah.
before even the Ultimate Fighter even starts."
you can't. We got to let the Irishman walk around with that thing.
He got his belt stripped.
Yeah, whatever. We're going to talk any more about them?
We have one more little story to talk
Well,
about.
I'm just tired of having to correct people about who's held 2 belts in 2 weight classes, and he's not the only one. And I'm not going to tell you who. There's more than one person. Go
In the
look it up.
UFC.
In the UFC.
has held 2 belts.
In 2 different weight classes, not simultaneously.
He's the first one.
No. I know, but that's not what's going around.
Okay. I want to make sure. I was like, because
simultaneously, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But he's not because there's an old man who
Good
came
old Randy.
back. Yeah.
He also
came
had,
back and
you
moved
also had
up.
BJ Penn,
Yeah.
who held the welterweight title and the lightweight title.
Right.
You had Randy Couture, who held the light heavyweight and the heavyweight title.
Right.
So this is not something that hasn't happened before. He is the first ever to hold it simultaneously, and then the UFC said, "Cool, you've done it,
Yeah.
but we're not going to allow it."
Yeah, and in Aldo's prime, he would have been the one, but Dana wouldn't let him.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting there. UFC Japan is going to be happening September 22nd. Going to be.
I still hear Gene doing his whole Japanese thing.
on FFX. We got some pretty interesting fights to talk about there. I'm pretty happy with this card. Shogun Hua going up against OSP. You got Jessica Andrade going up against Claudia Gadea. I really like that fight. And then obviously the big announcement this week was Takano Orgomi going up against Dong Young Kim.
That's going to be a war.
That's a pretty awesome fight. So yeah, again, this is going to be going down on FXX, so I'm glad this is going to be a free fight. This will be Ultimate Fight Night 117, again going down September 22nd.
We'll probably watch it on delay or at a weird time.
Yeah, probably. It'll go in Japan, I think, live, so it'll be our time, like at 7 or whatever it is, just like they do from Japan, or when they do from Brazil or England, where they move them around. It'll be at like 1 in the morning the next day.
Well, Brazil doesn't fall that much different from us timeline-wise, because they're still
a different time.
Yeah, but not like Japan. Japan's on the
Okay, so it'll be like when they do an Australia card. How about that? Is that better for you? New Zealand?
That works for me. Dodge, let me have one.
And then
Because Joey's not here.
Let's move on to some absolutely ridiculous news. I know some of the people who watch actual mainstream news media. You watch all the talking heads that are on the channels.
Hi,
ESPN
I'm
1, 2,
Skip.
3 through the Ocho.
I'm Skip Clueless.
Also on Fox Sports.
And Shannon Notso Sharp.
Yeah, we have Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp have their show called Undisputed.
Quit talking about sports you know nothing about, you guys.
They recently were talking about, obviously, they keep going on and on and on about the Mayweather-McGregor fight. Shannon Sharp is a huge Mayweather fan. Skip Bayless is a huge Conor McGregor fan.
I wonder why.
They were trying to recap and analyze
It's Rachel.
the fights,
God damn that bitch.
the fights that had happened between Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. And the recap that they was given, these are actual quotes. This is Skip Bayless saying, "Speaking of fighting a bigger man, a guy who outweighed him by 40 pounds and had 5 inches of reach on him and got him to the ground. It's called wrestling, sumo-style wrestling, and he pinned him. He just pinned him."
He said pinned him, not like choked him out.
Hold on. Shannon Sharp responds, "Well, how did he get him to the ground? He put them things on him." to knock him down, and then he jumped him. Bayless says he didn't knock him down. He got a hold of him and dragged him down. First of all, let's talk about
that goddamn throat job.
Dude,
let's
it was
talk about
the Loch Ness Monster showed up.
They're talking about.
He got him on the floor. He said, "I need about 350."
I need about 350. The goddamn Loch
They're
Ness
talking
Monster.
about the first time that Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor fought. Diaz did not have 40 pounds on him. There's no way.
Get the fuck out of here.
They also said that he had a 5-inch reach advantage. There's no way. It was 2 inches, not 5. It's going to be the same amount of reach that Conor's going to have on Mayweather.
Can you believe Skip said that?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's between this amount of space and this amount of space, and that's a big space. Also,
What a bunch of ass clowns, dude.
the fight went to the ground because
Lops.
McGregor shot for a double leg takedown out of desperation.
A double down. They sell those at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I don't think they do anymore. It's limited time.
Stop.
He shot a double leg.
You're talking about the McRib.
Out of desperation, and it was not Diaz's sumo-style wrestling anyway. Who still does sumo? When's the last time you saw a sumo wrestler in the UFC?
I don't know.
UFC like 8?
The closest
5?
one. The closest one would be Mark, right? Huh?
So and not only that, but Diaz did not try to pin him because this isn't fucking WWE. He went in and got a rear naked choke, which is using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Big John goes down. He's like 1, 2. He's got his shoulder up. He's got his shoulder up.
He's lifting the hand, and then he does the hulking out.
And then Paul Bear came out.
Holding an urn, which gave him more power. Diaz didn't drag him down. Again, McGregor shot for a double leg. He was desperate because he was in trouble. Diaz immediately responded and got it. I don't know.
I think we got the audio from the fight. I think it was. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
And then he said in the rematch, McGregor won because he punched Diaz into submission. It was a majority fucking decision, Skip.
Skip.
Nobody submitted.
Yeah, he helped him up at the end of the fight.
Did any of you watch either fight?
No, he did not.
Oh,
And then
my
after
God.
this, he got the whole room of interns together, and he's like, "Who wrote this? There's no sumo wrestling." Somebody fixed my
This is
toupee.
not the first time that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp have talked about MMA in ways that they have no understanding of the sport. They continued on in this same broadcast where Shannon Sharp said Horse Gracie
Really?
started MMA.
Wilbur. That's an old
for
one,
a fact, by next week, I'm going to have a Horse Gracie t-shirt. I'm pretty sure.
Is that new socks?
Yeah.
Crazy?
Horse Gracie.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
I don't understand. I understand that MMA media makes fun of these two idiots right here, these two clowns. I get it because we're fans of the sport. We know better. But when the general media doesn't fact check and call out these two idiots, it drives me crazy. Why does nobody else say anything?
I just don't know why he's doing the bow tie after the guy who was on Fox News got outed for so long
Fucking idiot.
for
I
being
hate
a
that.
dork.
God, I hate that.
Yeah.
Sometimes he wears a regular tie.
Who was it? Was it Stewart who told him? He goes,
Yeah.
"Dude, I don't think." He goes, "Just the fact that you wear that bow tie makes you a dick."
So moving on from the clowns.
Oh, I got that guy. It's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I
Tucker
can't.
Carlson.
Tucker
Yeah.
Carlson. Moving on from the clowns, we had UFC 114, UFC Mexico City.
His name was Tucker. Huh?
Going
Tucker,
on.
and he wore a bow tie.
This was on, was that last Saturday?
Yeah.
Last Saturday, you get to check out some awesome fights coming out from Mexico City. This was a pretty cool card, man.
It turned out if it was one of those cards that you didn't. I mean, even though the Fight Pass was good.
Yeah, we had a
Sports
Von
1
Flue
was
choke,
good.
which I think is like the third or fourth time that's ever happened in UFC history.
Yep.
So that was Jordan Rinaldi over Alvaro Herrera.
Who is it that's got two of them now? OSP's done the Von Fluke twice now, right?
I think I don't know how many times he's done it.
Because they're going to change it to the OSP choke or something like.
They might have to. But I know it's definitely something that's
All right, we're running from
that's low, rare to see in MMA. Joseph Morales over Roberto Sanchez submission rear naked choke in round 1. Those are both on Fight Pass. Jose Alberto Quinones defeated Diego Rivas. Right?
Right.
Yeah, Rivas.
Rivas.
Unanimous decision. Ronnie Yaya over Henry Briones with the submission to Kimura in round 1.
Nice.
Nice submission. Very
Yeah.
awesome. We had Dustin Ortiz over Hector Sandoval with a KO in 15 seconds.
Did you blink? What happened?
15
Did you
seconds,
blink?
man. I blinked. I started walking away down the bar to get somebody a drink, and Kyle's yelling, "It's fucking over!"
Just like that.
Yeah, that's what I would like to hear.
Yeah.
Poor Goldie.
Oh, he's still doing it in bars.
Yeah, he's still doing it on the bar. I saw that.
People
He called the
show
last
him,
fight.
He's still calling it out loud, and people like send a shot down his way. Thanks, brother.
Jack Hermanson over Brad Scott TKO round 1 as well.
Hey, Scott held on as long as he could. He tried to make a fight of it.
He was woozy.
Yeah.
Alejandro Perez takes on Andre Sukamakath in a split decision.
And it was. This is one of those ones
Razor
where.
thin?
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you didn't even realize it went 3 rounds. It was pretty active.
Pretty active the whole time.
Yeah.
Smiling Sam wins over Rashad Evans in a split decision.
What happened to Rashad? There's not only the fact that they don't want to license him, but just watching his style.
He didn't look the same at all. And I don't. Is it the weight cut?
And then when they read the card, the way he left the ring, I mean, Sam Alvey's not no slouch.
No.
So to lose to Sam's not a. I don't think is a big deal.
This is his second fight at middleweight, and in my opinion, he just does not look the same as he does at light heavy.
No.
Man. Humberto Banderne over Martin Bravo, KO with a knee in
Another
the
quick
first
one.
26 seconds. That was the one where I thought the guy looked fucking dead.
Yeah.
His neck fell over and he was just like, it was to the side. It looked broken.
Right.
It looked like he snapped his damn near neck, and then he ran up and hit him twice, and everyone's like, oh, here, please don't. His neck's not attached. His neck's not attached. Like, oh my God.
I heard the guy from the Hindenburg. Oh, the humanity!
Yeah, it was bad, man. Nico Price over Alan Joban. TKO in the first, minute 44.
Hey, just go back to modeling, dude. Just do nothing but modeling now.
Alex Grasso takes Rana Marcos to a split decision at a catchweight. How'd you feel about the decision? Did you?
Obviously, this is a prime example of someone coming in 40 pounds heavier with 5 extra pounds of reach.
5 pounds of reach. I like
5
that.
pounds of reach. Don't fact check me. 5 pounds of reach, and she sumo styled.
Ran her to the ground.
Even though,
pinned her.
And to a submission that ended up being a decision split. No, I think that again when I see some fights that are like this, I think that a draw needs to come in.
Okay,
and but it's hard because this was a split as to where it was flip flopped, obviously through the scorecard. Somebody else gave somebody else the rounds.
Yeah,
so. It could have gone
really
either way.
Close fight, yeah. And then you had a unanimous decision: Sergio Little Anthony Pettis over Brandon Marino.
Yeah,
Marino
was really strong.
He was game
the first 2 rounds.
But Sergio, I felt, had the edge all of the rounds.
Yeah.
He was just quicker.
Yeah.
Just landing the punches, had a little more snap on him.
And
he was just getting there a little quicker.
And if Brandon doesn't learn to keep his mouth shut while he's punching and kicking, and I'm not talking, I'm just talking about leaving that jaw swinging, he's going to get it broke the fuck off, dude. And it happens, it doesn't happen as much in MMA, but in boxing, these guys get their jaw unhinged, and it is horrible, bud. It is horrible.
So, obviously, we have the Ultimate Fighter Contender is still going on. This is the Dana White's Tuesday Night Fight series.
I don't know if you guys pay attention to our Facebook. Nick's
doing quite well, man.
Dude, he was 5 for 5 in this last pick.
Yeah.
He gives you the whole rundown of everything week to week. If I remember to put it on, if not, he's on Instagram. But I try
MMA
to stick up with him. MMA Pixels, check it out. He was gonna be in here again today.
Schedules conflicted.
We're just working out schedules. I mean, he's really new to the group. And just getting
we're all a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, we're assholes. I'm really bad, and I think you are too. Is where it's like we have a thought of something, it's just communicating.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're like, I think if it's Sunday, and then by the time I communicate it, it's Thursday night.
Yeah, and you're like, oh fuck, what was I gonna?
We really should.
I should have said something, man. We had Mike Rodriguez over Jamel Jones. KO gets the contract with the UFC, as well as Alex Perez over Kevin Gray. He also gets the contract with the UFC. Julio Arce takes out Peter Petidis. Does not get a contract yet. Ricky Simon over Donovan Freelo, and Shelton Graves over Everett Sims. Going down this week, next week. So on the 15th, you can watch this. You got Charles Bird going up against Gabriel Checo, Grant Dawson against Adrian.
Charles Bird is he's the first one to come back.
Yeah.
He won in week 1. He didn't earn a contract, but now he's coming back.
Yep. Grant Dawson going up against Adrian Diaz.
Adrian Diaz is a featherweight. He fights out of Stockton. That's going to be another local boy. So it's sounding like a
lot of the local gym guys are getting opportunities.
Because Buddy Wallace is going to be on this one too, right?
Unless he is, I think he's replacing somebody.
He's replacing somebody.
Or is it next week? The following week on the 22nd.
No, he said he took it in 6 days' notice. So
it has to be this one.
Yeah, so Buddy Wallace is also, and he's out of Oakdale MMA, which would be the second.
Who is he replacing? Do we know?
I can't remember, man.
Let's see if I can find it real quick here.
So this will be the second fighter in 3 weeks that's come up from Oakdale MMA on short notice. And we all know when Angel went up there, Angel won that fight. Other than
he went on short notice too.
Yeah, he went. Other than the punches to the back of the head and then let the guy get back up, and I think that just killed his speed. And then we also found out that in a couple weeks, right, or towards the end of the month, that Kelly McGill,
she's actually,
aka Kelly Velasco,
she's actually turning down her removing herself from the Invicta card that she was already booked for to go on the show. So we'll get to that here in a quick sec. We have Carl Reed going against Cameron Olson, Martin Day against Jamie Alvarez, Tiffany Masters against Jamie Colleen. This is the first women's fight on the Contender season. Is going to be going down next Tuesday. Check that out. But yeah, I'm still trying to find here who Buddy Wallace is going to be going up against. But yeah, I believe he is replacing someone. He did say he is taking the fight on 6 days' notice. That's crazy, man.
And then also tonight, going on in Fresno, we have the 559 fights, and we're gonna have. Let's see if I can bring this up. 2 guys making their debut, amateur-wise, fighting out of Merced is going to be Reckless Ryan Atterby at bantamweight and Ricky Big Sexy Galvez in the heavyweight. They're both out of Merced, but they're making their debuts tonight.
So some 209 boys.
209 boys making 559 fights down in Fresno. So look for it. I'm sure it's going to be streamed somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's about it. There's not a lot of fights going on this month. We do have a lot of fights. Obviously, the big fight will be in 2 weeks. The circus show,
and it's good because
I believe there is an Invicta coming up in a couple weeks. Let's check that out as well.
Yeah, and I think we also are going to be having an interview come up with the guy who runs the 209 Beatdown. I think Joey's getting that done next week. And the good thing about not having a lot of big MMA stuff, we had a lot of small MMA local promotions. Maybe we'll be able to...
Bellator next week, and the following week. PFL does not have a fight until October. Obviously, we got the big boxing match, and that's about it. No UFC until September 2nd.
All right. Well, as always, look for us wherever podcasts are broadcast. I'd like to thank our sponsors, MMA News.
You said it.
I did. I said
Take a drink.
Take a drink. MyMMAnews.com. We do it every Friday. They do it 24/7. Eric, the big barbecue cowl. You know, we're gonna slow back on anything we say about Mr. Cowl because he's a great man.
Are we?
We are. He's a great man.
You might.
And as always, Dependable Solutions. If you want to innovate your business, Dependable Solutions. If you do any type of card transaction, plastic transactions in your business, contact Dependable Solutions, and they can streamline and save you. For some businesses, they save $150 to $200 a month because if you run a business through plastics, you know you have to pay to play.
Yep. And
Dependable Solutions they'll try to find, and if he can't, then he'll just tell you. He's like, you're already doing the cheapest thing you can do. Thanks for giving me the shot, and he'll move on. But if you think you might be getting tooken, let him run through your business and find out how things are going. So from the Rule Off Family Inc. studio, I guess for another week at least.
You do that pretty well. It's almost like you listen to the show.
Yeah, I do listen to the show.
Awesome.
This is Josh, Brandon, and Dennis, and we'll see you at the fights.